fine. I'm down. I can't see. Need to go.
Welcome everyone to the social van. Feeling Kyle sick of the bullshit. So here they are, reppin' C+, ready to turn every podcast to dust. So sit down and shut the fuck up, cause when in doubt, fuck your couch. Welcome everybody to the social vent.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
All right. Welcome everybody to the social vent with your boy Biff Meat Slab, Stephen B. I'm here with my esteemed colleagues, KMB, the sexy ninja. How you doing?
Yay, up in this bitch.
And Big Daddy coming at you.
Boom, baby. What's it? Oh, my thumbs disappeared. Oh, there they go.
Okay. I was like, you can't be very moving with that background because it's gonna make you disappear.
No shit.
It's as good as not having a green screen is gonna be, I think.
Yeah. So I was gonna be stiff like this, and then at the end of the show, I'm gonna be like, my ass hurts so much.
You need an arm so you can lean back like us. So you could.
Oh no, I like to sit in this.
Just chilling. Damn.
I like to sit in this wooden chair I have because it makes me like my posture's better and it makes me feel, like okay, cool, a little bit more energy, a little bit more breathing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I just feel like if I'm in the stiff chair, I'm better on my game than leaning back. Because if I lean back, the fat side of me is gonna be like, oh yeah, baby. Then I'm gonna get all.
You want to do?
I'm gonna become Jabba the Hutt and just be like,
Get high, sit in that chair, fall asleep in the middle of your own podcast.
You can
So
tell me what the hell anytime.
So before we get started, we have to thank our wonderful sponsor, Shudder.
Love Shudder.
SHUDDER.com/podcast, and you use that special promo code, Steven?
Is it shudder.com/podcast? And then enter the code CPLUS.
Fucking up.
Hey, I got it. Use the special code CPLUS.
Yes.
Hit the enter button, and then stay subscribed forever because Shudder is the shit.
Yes, it is. Because this is awesome. Because every time I talk about Shudder or when I talk about the sponsorship, and I talk about my favorite, and Big Daddy knows what I'm going to talk about right now. And I'm talking about the one and only Joe Bob. He's got another special coming up because Joe Bob's our shit, right, Steven?
Oh, I love that man.
I love him too. I love the bolo ties.
I just had to say that on purpose.
We need to get. We need to do like a horror themed section so we can hopefully one day get the honorary silver bolo tie from Joe Bob.
Yeah, I like one day. Hopefully, he'll let us know. Hold on one second. Someone's trying to message me right now. I'm just like, you fucking up my game. What do you want?
Me too. I just got some crazy ass messages too. I deleted it.
Let me see.
Yeah, who's all got messages?
We did from a 928.
I got a 1555bigdildo.com. What?
Only you. What would you?
No, you know, so funny. Somebody messaged me when they watched the car episode. For the social event show, and they're like, "Can you tell me Big Daddy's real reaction to the Wait, when did I buy a dildo line?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I go, "That's amazing," because like, I go, "We're gonna release a blooper package here soon." For it, me and Big Daddy's talked about that because we have so much like outtakes and just bloopers up the ass for the first episode, second episode, third episode, fourth episode. There's so much like behind, and like it was just funny because I was just like, man, he lost it because he stopped and his face was like, what did this boy just say?
Like, you're gonna make me say this.
And that's what I know. It's a good take, just because if I can make Big Daddy stop in his tracks and be like, wait, what? And there was a lot of moments like that, huh? Where
there was a lot of moments. There was, especially, what did I buy a dildo? Because I was talking, I went, what the fuck did you just say? I was trying to keep going. I'm like, God damn.
Since we got one of our biggest fans here, Steven,
So
How would you say the show is for you, being somebody who's seen it, premiere, you've seen every episode, you knew about the show from what we talked to you about behind the scenes, but you didn't see anything until the final product came out. What's your take on season 1?
I liked it. There's definitely sort of a DIY charm to it. You can. It was interesting to watch your progress as an editor come together, and I think I know from firsthand experience, like as you do it more, as you shoot like more episodes of like whatever it is that you're doing, that you think about it as a director and an editor. So I think by the time it got to the 4th episode, you had a more clear vision of like what you're trying to get to. But it's fun. I liked watching the elevated, like alternative reality, still kind of steeped in reality version of yourself. So it's like I know you two personally, and I know your story, and it's like, oh, okay, this is fun. So I'm excited to see where you take it with season 2, because it's where you ramped up the excitement in the story. It's like, okay, now you're getting all the characters together. Now you got through the origin story. Now we can have fun. So I'm excited.
Yeah. This is gonna be fun.
Like I was telling you the other day, what me and Big Daddy have planned? Oh my God. No one's ready.
No one's ready. No, I'm not gonna lie. It took a turn from what I originally wanted to do, but I'm like, fuck, you know what? Just go with it. Fuck it. Just go with it. And I'm having fun with it. I'm like, hell yeah.
Because I remember when we initially talked about the show, and when we were like going into it for the first season, me and Big Daddy were like, okay, well, there's this, and this. And then like getting in the process of it, and just me and him bouncing ideas off each other and being like, hey, why don't we do this? I was like, oh shit, that would be funny. Oh, no, let's do this. I was like, oh, that would be funny too. It was just like a back and forth of just like us collaborating. And I think this time though, going into season 2, we actually are gonna plan it.
Yeah, we're actually planning it.
It's good. I think about it like when you go on vacation, where you have some people who are very rigid, who have like the entire day blocked out, and then you've got people who are just like, fuck it, I don't even know where I'm gonna stay each night. I'm just gonna like wing it the whole way through. And I think the best balance is somewhere right in the middle. Like build a little block that you can play around with. So right. Some structure with the episode, but allow those moments to like creativity to come in. I think that's the best way to approach it.
And thank you for the editing, love. It was a lot, the first episode and second episode, I would say, was like the most frustrating, because I was, everything me and Big Daddy has done has been DIY, doing it ourselves, and we just been grinding like that. And Big Daddy and I just been learning and editing and this and that. And then when I be like, oh my God, I think this makes sense in some certain way. And then I'll send it to him. I'm like, hey, tell me how it is. Just tell me it sucks, and he'll get back to me and be like, that was fucking good. I was like, are you sure? Are you not just saying that just because we're friends,
No, but the few times that I did give some input, you're like, oh, okay. And you changed it. And like I said, it was a whole just learning process, but it was fun. It was fun as fuck.
Yeah,
so
it is. It's fun. Man, it's so much work editing footage, and then sometimes I don't know. It's like you'll have an idea in your head, and you're like, "How do I make this happen on a timeline? Like, I need to like get this joke to land." It's tough. It takes a while to get real comfortable with it, but
yeah, and like the thing too is like what I talked to you about the other day. Like the first season is definitely a lot of improv.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of improv between me and Big Daddy, and a lot of collaborations of like where we were going. And I was talking to Big Daddy. I was like, we should write a script this time. Just so
yes.
See, so like when Thomas and I do Team B stuff, it's all off the cuff. But like we have like at least like a vision in mind. But when I did that Red Bull movie, I shot that to a script, and I was like, I don't think I could have done that if I didn't have a script. Like all the dialogue that I did between myself, and then like just getting your ideas down, and then having like a shot list, it's like that made all the difference in the world. So even if you do like improv stuff, it's like if you have at least a guide, that'll help you like tenfold. It's like it'll make your editing life a lot easier. But I
And
mean,
yet
it's like
that-
you're not going to know until you do it, you know?
That was the thing, is like a lot of the storytelling was on the fly and on the cusp. Like we had a vision of where the story was going, but not really. And Big Daddy, talk about it. Like your perspective of like what we started, and just like uh let's give an idea to everybody the day in the shooting of me and you and shooting scenes for the show.
You know, it was more like, okay, we're gonna do this, and let's block this in, but let's make room for this. We're like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna lie. The first day we were filming, we said he's gonna run up the stairs. This was my practical joke. I said, okay, I made this. It was, I mean, he would get on the first take, but I was like, no, I'll make his ass run up the steps again.
Like, we better get 2 or 3 for
And
posterity.
then it started raining.
Take the camera down and let's shoot it from the other angle.
Yeah, I know. And when he told me that, I was like, you asshole. Like
It's
it
like,
was just
he said, you asshole. But he would do it good every time. But it was like he would do it better. And so he went up the stairs. I was like, okay, he's doing it better every time. I'm like, okay, he's putting some energy into this. So
He's like, I'm trying to make him lose weight.
when we sat on the couch, oh, he guzzled that damn water, man.
She'd be like, all right, now we need to get a third angle from the street, so it's a flat shot. I'm like, sorry, Kyle, you got to suffer for art, bro.
And that's another thing too, going into the second season, I'm doing a lot of like studying and work and learning about shots and how you don't need to have you can't have a shot just pulled zoomed out, but you need to have this shot, and you have the 6 cubes, you go by, and the eye level and marketing. Like I'm learning so much, and every day I'm like, Big Dad, I was like, oh shit, this, and I'm studying everything, and all the knowledge I want to gain is like, give it to Big Daddy, so when Big Daddy can do his thing. And we've been talking about it. It's just like, it's just so fucking crazy, like how we started all this with a phone.
It's funny now that it's like, yeah, it's like you came from very humble beginnings where you like just the app on the phone, like really is like all you need, other than having personality and like entertainment value, which is pretty important to have. But now we're like this is like a pretty good looking setup. Like we all got mics, like shit all sounds good, looks good.
It's all coming together. And what's funny is that when we talk about the six cubes on the screen, so like right now it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6. People don't realize that this is a game changer. Well, my phone. This is a game changer. There's full-blown movies being made on smartphones nowadays. And that's the game changer. I mean, I wish we had, good, digital cameras, but on the smartphones, we can do just as good as quality work, but we have to be a little bit more meticulous, because one wrong angle, and you've seen that when we're just like looking normal like this, can all of a sudden can look like this, like background be normal, but then someone be like right here on the screen. It's like, damn, okay. It's like, what the hell are we doing? Okay, we got to reposition.
Well,
it gets fun.
Like telling the story with the camera is a big thing. What you're telling the audience to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the stuff we shot, it was just like, okay, just have the camera here, and this and that, but not really playing with the idea of like, what are we trying to tell the audience to see, also listen to, also know the story. Like, there's so much in the filmmaking that I'm learning. And I've been a big film nut for a long time, but when you're actually like getting in the grind and editing and shit like that, you're like,
yeah, it's like a big realization, like, because you watch movies, you can't, it's like once you learn how the sausage is made, it's like you can't unknow it. Or it's like every time you watch a movie now, you're always thinking about it, like, how did they get that shot? Or like, wow, that one performance was like really crazy. Like, I've never had like a caliber of that actor before, but they did really good, and I can tell things that like your brain maybe caught it, but like your eyes didn't. Or subconsciously you're like, I like that movie, but I can't explain it. But then like when you start like trying to compose your own shots, you're like, oh, okay, now I have more of a language to explain what I saw. That it's not so like obtuse, like I don't know. That was cool, I guess.
That So going into one of the topics we talked about, jumping into the show, definitely something I was thinking about big time, especially when we're talking about it, Big Daddy. Digital downloading is it going to how it, digital streaming and everything, it's going to take over. What was your thoughts on this?
It is going to take over. I mean, you can't fight it. I'm sorry, you can't fight it. With everyone talking about wasting resources nowadays and everything, Japan, like everywhere overseas, they're all about the digital downloading. If you see something on the disc nowadays overseas, you're lucky. With America, over here in the Americas and everything, yeah, we still got to have the disc because everyone likes the nostalgia of having that disc. But with technology going the way it's going, especially with video games, you have cloud servers on the game system. There's separate servers where they can hold tons of information. We're not going to have no choice but to start digital downloading and stop wasting resources. I still personally like a game disc because we've talked about it before. Sure, you can get on Voodoo when you get the like this, and I still got to give this back to you because I can feel your energy. Tenet.
Oh yeah,
yeah. What does it say?
Well,
Blu-ray.
Like,
plus
I'm not going
DVD.
to show you what movie it is, but I'm holding it.
Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital code. So no, KNB always
Get
gives
3
me the digital
licenses
code.
in one box.
Exactly. And he always gives me his digital codes. But what if someday, the power's out, or not the power's out, what if your internet goes out? You can't watch a damn movie. You can't watch a damn movie.
It's like what did you call it? That's a perfect example because honestly, I would say digital downloading in today's times and streaming and stuff like that, it has affected me to where I think we've talked about it before, to where I have become very fucking lazy. And it's like, okay, cool. I can watch Tenet. I have it on the shelf, but it's on the Voodoo. Well, I'll just watch the Voodoo. Or if I can't find a movie on any streaming service that I have, the ones I pay for, and I look over to the side, I'm like, well, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is right there. Well, that means me getting up, grabbing it, walking all
That
the way
is
to
lazy.
the
What a hard life you have.
I know.
God damn.
First
Spoiled
world problem.
Americans, man.
Spoiled for choice.
And I'm like, you know what? I don't need to watch Amazing Spider-Man 2 that bad.
God damn.
I did finally watch it because I was just like, I couldn't find it on anything. So I was like, all right, screw it. I'll watch Amazing Spider-Man 2. Still a good time.
Is that that's the more recent one? That's not the Sam Raimi one, right?
No, this was the Andrew Garfield
Jamie.
one directed by Mark Webb with Jamie Foxx as Sinestro.
Yeah.
I rewatched it. It was dope. It was fun for what it was. It was funny is like I'm going back and rewatching a lot of movies, and my brother's Voodoo is filled with just shit from my past, and I'm just like, oh man. And like I've binged the Transformers movies like crazy, and I like you were saying when you like learning movies and doing things, and I've been watching behind the scenes stuff, and like I watched behind the scenes stuff for Transformers, and they're talking about how there was like 1,000 certain pieces they had to do digitally for each Transformer to transform, and all these additional pieces moving, and how Michael Bay came from filming commercials for cars.
Mhm.
And they're like, and he's the guy that knows how lighting is on cars. So when they went and made Optimus Prime, he would go look at it. He goes, okay, well, the shine on this here doesn't make sense. And they're like, what do you mean? He's a big robot. Like, no, he's also a vehicle. So this is the way the camera lighting is going to work. And you're going to see little specks of this, and this is how battle worn he's going to look. But when he comes back, there has to be a certain glare and this and that. And I'm just like, whoa, and
What a nerd.
I know. I'm just like, I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, Transformers. And just, I don't know. But back to digital downloading. It's just like me. Like, I love audiobooks. In Audible, it's just like, when will books become obsolete? When will books be like, there won't be bookstores, because it's like, well, we're getting in the age now where podcasting is such a big thing, and having somebody in your ear the whole time for something that you love, and these books, and like to the book I'm gonna talk about later, like in the Matthew McConaughey book I'm listening to right now. I just got done with Ready Player 2. You know, I could have gone and bought the book and physically read it, you know, but it was like, oh, okay, well, I have a lot to do in my time. So I'm gonna go get the audiobook, download it onto my phone, and listen to it while I'm working and grinding, you know,
Right.
and that's what digital downloading is just like, well, yeah, I could do that, but I'll just have it in my ear, download it, boom, books. I know the book, I know the story, and off we go.
I think you know, you can look at like downloading as being a way of like it's really efficient, but there's always going to be the novelty at this point of having physical media, whether it be like people who buy vinyls. Like vinyls have exceeded compact disc sales. Like more people would buy the vinyl because they want to have like that tangible version of like whatever it is that they're going to listen to. And I could see it being the same way with a book, where it's like I could listen to the audiobook and I got time and I got ears and I can listen, but I like to have like the thing as like a keepsake, you know. So I think that's probably how it's going to be. So it's, I think there's always going to be a market for physical media, but not for the same reason to consume it, where it's like I need to have the DVD to watch it, although it is a backup. But it's like I just like having it, you know. It's like I like having something that I can touch. Like I feel like I own something.
Like you
It's
said,
like K-
the
It's like
nostalgia.
KMB with his Star Wars books, you know. All my Star Wars books, and I'm just like, I'll just get the audiobook for it. They'll let my book sit on my shelf and
Yeah,
look pretty.
like I'll
with
listen to the
nostalgia.
audiobook, but like if I want something to flick through, like on the toilet, I'll keep the book, you know. I could see
Yeah.
that kind of just being kind of steady for a while, because I don't think those industries are gonna like per se die, but I think the market demand will change. I think the people who are like really wanting physical media, I think maybe like in generationally speaking, it's like our generation, we're probably more like physical based because that's the stuff that we grew up with. But I could
Right.
see like the Gen Z and like the Gen Alpha, like the new generations, they're going to grow up with digital being the main way to consume. So it's like they'll either have just passed, you know, the point in time in their lives where having physical media is like necessary. So they'll be the first generations to be like completely online.
Mhm.
Whereas we were like the adopters, like we came into it. We had a choice where you could do you want to be on 56K or do you want to go play outside, you know?
Very true.
So it'll be interesting to say. I think it might be too far out to guess for sure. But I don't see downloading or like, you know, especially like flash media, where like, you know, you can get hard drives are obscenely large now and like they're super tiny. So you're always going to have like something physical to hold all your data, but like you can have an endless amount of data coming into it, it seems like.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. So, you know, and you, Big Daddy, you work at a bookstore. Do you feel like, you know, like you look around, do you see more people getting books today than crazy, or do you see less than you used to? Because you worked over there for a while now.
Yes. Um, I'm seeing less. I am. I really am. I'm seeing less. Especially some of these because I don't know, I call it legacy publishing, and they're starting to realize that there is a room for digital downloading, ebooks, especially audiobooks. There is well, with audiobooks, it's more or less like who's doing the storytelling, because it's like, to me, when I hear audiobook, I'm like, oh, it's like the old shaman sitting around the campfire and telling stories and stuff like that. But there's becoming distinct people in the audiobook world who they hear their voices, they're like, oh, they like this, they like this. But it's like Steven said, it's the nostalgia too, that people like, oh, okay, let me grab this book, I want to flip through a page. Because with the audiobook, you know, they're not going to sit there and take the time to go find exactly what that part was in the audio. They want the book just so they can, like I said, they're sitting there on the shitter. Okay, oh, here it goes right here.
Yeah, like, oh
Mark
yeah,
it
that's
down.
where we left off at.
Well, you know, now they're getting actual actors to read these books, you know, to
Mhm.
be on these
Well,
audiobooks. And like,
they got the free time now.
yeah, like Ready Player
sure
2
do.
was well, Ready Player 1 and 2 was read by Will Wheaton. And that was the only draw because I heard about Ready Player One, and it was like, okay, then I heard the movie was coming out, and I was like, okay, well, I might want to check out the book because if Steven Spielberg picked this up, I want to check it out. Then kind of put it on the back burner. Then all of a sudden, like I got into Audible, and Ready Player One was one of my first suggestions because you got to sign up and put the categories you like and stuff like that. And it was like Ready Player One, read by Will Wheaton. I'm like, sold. Because I love my Will Wheaton.
Gotta love that Wesley Crusher.
Exactly.
You got a crush on Crusher.
Oh, I do. He has a sensual voice too.
Hell yeah.
Oh, damn. Already.
But also going into that, I want to talk about when we were talking about censorship in media. How in social media, especially, like I see a lot of people on Facebook coming back like, I just got out of Facebook jail,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what did you do? Like, I don't even know because I'm not on my Facebook as much. I'm more or less on the C Plus Studios social media more than anything. So, and then I see somebody like, I got out of Facebook jail. I'm like, what did you say? Like,
Yeah. I know Big Daddy was talking about this on his Big Daddy Goes Live earlier, but I mean, it's like the thing is like these are private companies, and so they can really kind of do what they want. They're not utilities, so they're not really regulated by like state or local government necessarily. So, I mean, I think when people are like, "Oh, it's my free speech," you're like, yeah, but like usually if we're gonna go into like the political side, when it's like the people are like, hey, I posted something, like I reposted something, and they're restricting my freedom of speech, and it's like, no, you'd be an idiot to say that, but like I think maybe it's like you want to have something to bitch about, and that's the first thing that comes to mind. Like I would like to think maybe not everybody thinks it's an attack on freedom of speech, or it's done by like the opposite political parties trying to silence them. Like, come on, get real.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sometimes people they're just fucking goofy. It's like whatever. It's like it's a private site. It's a private company, and then like if you're a fan of private companies who can have their own regulations, then you shouldn't be upset when they fucking ban you for something that you did. Like you only get upset when it happens to you. When it happens to other people, well, it's fine.
well, it's like what was I telling the wife the other day? People who are in this political nonsense for both sides, it's ridiculous for both sides, and how crazy the left, how crazy the right is, and whatnot, and how delusional a lot of these guys are. But everybody it's just like when I put out there, hey guys, I'm going to be vegan, and this is a lifestyle change, and blah blah blah. How many people came on that comment and was like, I'm a health expert now, I can tell you how. And I had people reach out to me, I know health, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, you're just as big as me, homie, so I don't know what you talk. It's just like out the gate. And that's what I feel about politics on social media is everyone thinks they know politics. They know the ins and outs of it, and this and that, and the what do you call it? What's the word for it? Conspiracy theories, and Trump is the shadow president. It's all a show, and and I'm like, man, And then
what sucks is like the creativity on those conspiracy theories is way more entertaining than like pretty much anything that comes out of either side. Like that shit is fucking awesome. Like if there really was like a satanic vampire ring, like I'm all for it, but that's not reality. Like go for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's just
well,
it's so stupid.
I guess getting to your point is like it's frustrating when people have a lot of like anecdotal evidence that they feel like Trump's like people who are legitimately experts, or like they use like a real shoddy cherry picked appeal to authority, where they're like, well, this one doctor, who's like an optometrist was telling me something about some other part of biology, and you're like, okay, like let's reel it back a second,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like when someone gives you some anecdotal shit about like, let me tell you about veganism, brother, and you're like, yeah, tell me, like I'm great, like I'm not going to trust really what you have to say, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, because you just say something in the room. You can walk in a room and you say one thing, and there's going to be somebody that's going to come up to you and be like, "Hey, this blah 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 blah. You were talking about this, weren't you? I'm an expert in that. Let me get your ear for 5 minutes." And you're just like,
Yeah.
"No."
Oh boy, the number. Okay, my turn.
Let me tell you how
Yeah.
excited I'd be if you didn't do that.
The number of goddamn doctors and pathologists and virologists we have all of a sudden since this goddamn pandemic broke out is amazing.
You know, political
Oh, I
lawyers.
did my research. I did this. I did this. Well, motherfucker, then you should be out there telling people, hey, do this, do that. Hey, you have the cure. Goddamn, go for it. I hate that. But with
What are you doing wasting
with
your time talking to me? You could be healing
Yeah.
society.
Oh, exactly. You got the cure for cancer. All right, cool. You I forgot you know so much. In your one day of doing research, your shit like you said, your shit trumps this doctor who's been in this business for years. Oh my God, that's amazing.
And you work at the Circle K, right down the street.
I got a lot of downtime. All right.
You're a bagger at Target, huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Shit. but we talking about the censorship. Yeah, people need to start reading the EULA because I'm sorry, corporate trumps Constitution. Like I said earlier on the Big Daddy Goes Deep, corporate trumps Constitution. What's written in their rules is for their benefit. They don't give two shits about anyone's freedom of speech, freedom of whatever. If you break their EULA, your ass is going to, social media jail.
UT.
Yeah, you're
Well,
out.
I mean, it's
Seriously, you are out.
It's really just there so that like they don't get in trouble for the stupid shit that you're saying.
Pretty much,
So-
yeah, exactly.
Well, it's like
Whatever.
when
It's like you agree to the rules. Like I don't understand why you're being annoyed by it.
yeah, no one reads the agreement thing. I'm like that too. They're like, here's the agreement and statement and blah blah. And you like skip through.
Mhm.
All right, now fucking boom, click, you're on. Because you're like, I don't want to read all that.
Yeah, fucking to read 20 paragraphs of legalese. Get real. I'm
Oh,
here
yeah.
to post shit memes, bro. I got nothing
Exactly.
better to do with my time.
Like I tell people, if you want to know the main beef of the EULAs, number 4, number 8, and 11. That will tell you everything what you need to know, what you can and cannot do on their properties. Everything else is like, oh, legal shit, and this is our property. You can't do this. Number 4 will always say, if you act like an ass on our property, guess what? If you break any of these about any of what we say on here, you can't use our property no more. Number 8 is usually legal means of what they can do to your ass to make sure that they are protected. Number 11 is usually you're a dumb fuck if you don't follow any of this. That's pretty much what it says. Trump and all these other people break it. I mean, I broke it one time. I got my ass thrown in shutdown. So it is what it is. And when I hear the main thing I've been hearing a lot of is social media is trying to shut down Republicans. No, they're not trying to shut down your asses specifically. You're just a dumb fuck who thinks you can say anything you want to, and guess what? They're going to show you that you can't. So
Yeah.
Well, the biggest thing with the being what do you call it, censored and whatnot, I laughed so hard when Trump got kicked off Twitter and he got kicked off all these other things. The one biggest thing on the list that made me go like, wait, what? Was Spotify. I was like, what in the hell are you listening to where you need to get banned from Spotify? then it became a big joke with everybody at work, and they're like, I love the Nazi podcast. The Nazi podcast is my favorite. It's the best. So much hatred, so much racism. I listen to German and Russian music only, and I don't understand what
oh
they're
my
saying.
God.
Like, you know what I mean? I listen to the Quona podcast. Great stuff. All true.
All true.
And I'm just like, when I saw the Spotify thing and Pinterest too, I was like, I was like, that's the
Wait a minute,
interesting
he's
stuff.
banned off of Pinterest as well.
Yeah, like have you seen the list?
No.
Some
I
bitch.
saw earlier today that Rudy Giuliani got banned off of YouTube. Now he can't collect AdSense revenue on it. I'm like, Rudy Giuliani is a fucking YouTuber making more money than probably like 50% of like everyone's account.
Damn.
Yeah, while he's
Some more,
sweating those
Yeah.
beads of his
God, he's
Oh,
so
sorry.
gross. They're all so gross.
As
Like
hell.
they're all cadavers, dude.
That shit was
Bunch of
hilarious.
sweaty hogs running. Ugh.
yeah, that like there's a lot of people I see in that Senate, and I gotta stay because people are like, "Yeah." But I gotta stay for both sides. Like I see some person come, I'm like, you ugly. Like I don't know, you old and ugly. It's just like,
I don't think
representing
you
me?
should be 107 years old in Congress anymore. I
Like,
think
can we get The Rock in here? Can we get like Matthew McConaughey? Can we get some like good-looking people in the Senate?
No, what was funny is that some bitch talking about what we're gonna put term limits on the Senate. What happened? He definitely didn't try to do that shit. He's like,
his wall, bro.
so what?
His wall. Where's
Wall,
his wall?
Ah, coffee.
what a fantastic use of money.
Oh, Wicked AZ. Man, we can get that out of here. They're not paying us yet.
There they are.
What?
I'm kidding.
Oh shit! I was about.
Fucking guy.
I
That's a
was
live
like,
bamboozle.
Oh, look at you trying to copy me. Don't be talking about them damn
No,
people.
I gotta tell you though, you did surprise me. You pulled him. You pulled the KMB because when we got on and I saw Steven, I was like, "Wait, what? Oh my god! I just got a KMB'd." Because I do this to Big Daddy all the time.
Damn right. Shit. I'll be like, turn around 1 minute and be like, wait, what are we doing today? Oh, we got this. Bitch, you better start telling me about this.
Coming over in 2 minutes. Be ready.
Oh yeah, the ramen.
And I was like,
That wasn't slapdash. What?
I was like, wait, we're doing what today?
Oh yeah.
But that was fun though. That was fun.
No,
that
that
day.
was
Big
fun.
Daddy
And,
and I were
like,
saying
I
we
was
need
so
to do
damn
that again.
drunk afterwards. I was fucking drunk. I was like, damn.
I think the best part of that video is like the starting, especially I was like, and there was like, oh, you were overacting. I was like, no. I was like that. I just that fish ball and got in my mouth and that clam juice, and I'm like, oh man.
You look like when people get sick and then they throw up and they get real sweaty and their face is all flushed.
No, I do.
Like,
I
you
do,
were
man.
like the flip of a switch. You're just all of a sudden you were in throw up mode.
No, and like it's when they were cleaning out the sewage by my work, and it's like right where I need to walk to get into the building, and they were cleaning that the other day, and oh my, thank God for the mask, but still not really thankful for the mask. But I was like, man, I stepped outside my store, I'm like, it smells like shit out here. I'm like, man, woo. I was like, we on the other side of town, smelling like dog food. I was like, oh, what the hell? And I walked closer and closer to the other building, and I'm like, oh god, it's getting worse. And I was like, did I shit myself? I was like checking myself, and checking my deodorant and whatnot. And then we got closer, and I saw the big truck, and then right then and there, I was like, and I was like, I had to hold my nose the whole time, walk right by. And I was like, and I told that dude, I was like, I commemorate you for the job you do, sir. I could never do this, because I'm like, he probably looked at me. He's like, this little bitch.
That's probably exactly what he probably was thinking. This motherfucker, he's just dry heaving and shit for no reason. Crybaby ass boy.
Well, they have a cornucopia of strange and odd things at those Asian markets. So if you don't like the fish balls, find something else.
No, I the little market here by the comic book shop is great. My wife likes the shrimp chips. She loves shrimp chips.
I like that store because it's like a best of. It's like there's nothing in depth, but you get like one.
No,
two
they
of, like,
expanded
the
it.
best things. Oh, did they?
Oh yeah, they expanded it big time.
Yeah, it's actually, and they actually expanded out. So they got the store now, then they got the restaurant, and they got this tea place now. So it's like basically 3 things in one. So, and
which shows how long it's been since I've been up there.
Yeah, and then because remember, like if you remember that when they first opened that store, it was like a wall of stuff, then stuff in the middle, coolers and whatnot. Now they got
Uh-huh.
like 5 or 6 aisles now, and
Oh
they got
wow.
so they expanded it big time, and it's pretty cool. Like stuff I find, I'm like, oh, what's this? Ooh, what's this? Ooh, Then you go and spend like $100 there, and you're like, oh shit.
Are you loading? So, I guess I'll need to come back and check it because it's like I don't want to send you ramen that you can get up there.
Actually,
Well,
no. A lot of the ramen that you send us, you can't get it up here.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
dude, we suck up here for stuff. Like,
It's true.
We do, man.
this is like action figures. Like people are like, "Oh, this new Star Wars figures out," and I'm like, "I know, but we don't get it up here because our stores suck."
Yeah.
It was like the whole Mandalorian run. There was when his Beskar outfit. There was a lot of stuff where you got collector stuff with the packages and this and that. Didn't see any of those in the stores here at Target or Walmart or nothing on the shelves. And then after Christmas, the shelves were just blown out. Like there's nothing on the shelves, and they probably won't stock the shelves until later this year.
They're gonna say, "Well, we could special order it if you want, but it's gonna take like 4 months to get here."
Which they make more money off of the damn special orders than some bitches. They ain't slick
Like
because we do
I
it
could have
at
just
my
bought this
store.
online. Yeah, I hate that shit.
But so I got a question for you two.
Okay.
So I was thinking about this the other day because I had both. This was before the whole vegan thing. I love cold pizza. I also love cold Chinese food, especially after a good like night of drinking, and then you just get up and you like walk to the fridge, and when you just open that fridge, and you're like, you're like, oh my, you'll see either that leftover pizza in the fridge, or you see that leftover Chinese. I have to ask because I was thinking about this all day because I did actually get Chinese food later on today, but I was just like, what is better, cold pizza or cold Chinese food?
I'm gonna go with pizza. I feel like it's gonna come down to being a texture thing. Like I can deal with cold cheese and cold toppings better than like cold fried rice is weird to eat. And if you get like an orange chicken, if it's not cooked, it's kind of like it's like takes some
Soggy.
effort to kind of chew through, yeah. Or it's like the breading can get hard, but it's like at least with a pizza, you can eat it in any state. But I feel like with Chinese food, it's doable, especially if you're hungover, because you'll say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna eat it anyway." But it's like ideally it'd be warm.
I
At least with pizza,
usually,
you go
if
the
I
way
get
with it.
any Chinese food, I usually eliminate the rice before I put it in the fridge. I always eliminate the rice because I'm just like, that rice can get all hard, and you take a bite and you just hear that. when
That's
you're
the
trying to
best
chew.
rice for if you make fried rice. That's what you have to use is like the day old rice. If you make it at home, that's good. What about you, Phil?
Cold
Big
pizza
Daddy.
all day.
Yeah.
Cold pizza. I've tried cold Chinese and no.
Hey, I have cold pizza in the fridge right now.
Nice. Either slice of meat
I'm
as
gonna
long
run
as
an
I got cold.
experiment, see if I'm lying to you or not.
Go get some. Take a bite from me.
All right.
I got cold Chinese, but I already ate, so I'm like,
No, cold Chinese. Cold Chinese. You might as well just eat like fucking dog food in a bowl with some milk. That's nasty.
what? Oh, it's not that
I-
nasty,
It's nasty.
man. Cold Chinese.
Those soggy ass noodles. Well, the noodles, cold noodles, yes. Rice, yeah, definitely got to be warmed up. But if it's like he said, like Steven said, the chicken with the breading, like in the no.
Nah, mine more or less. I love to save the noodles. And you will nuke those bad boys up, or you can eat them cold. Then it's just like,
You got cold pizza, huh?
Did he? Ooh, wow, he's back. Was it good?
Oh yeah.
Did you just take a bite?
Bag.
I
got still in the wrapper.
Nice.
was like, did you just run and go like this? And run back?
Yes.
What kind is it?
Good.
Oh, it's a good kind. Okay, that doesn't tell me what kind of pizza it is. It's pepperoni,
All right,
some
so-
sausage.
If you've seen my Instagram or like on my Facebook stories, that's actually really good. Um, I've been making like pan pizzas, like Pizza Hut style pan pizza.
Yeah.
And you cook it in a skillet, and then you toss it underneath the broiler, and it comes out. Oh my god, it's so good. So this is a take on it, but I used a pizza stone instead of the skillet. So it's hand tossed medium pizza with bread sauce, nothing crazy. I diced up some basil or chiffonade some basil, and I put on pepperoni and prosciutto, a bunch of mozzarella cheese, and then I put on a gremolata topping, which is just parsley, garlic, and lemon zest chopped up.
Yeah.
That's really fucking good.
I was just
Sounds
talking
like
about
it.
Little Caesars, bro. You didn't have to go like I'm a chef and I don't even know.
Well, hey, if I'm gonna spend 3 hours making a fucking good pizza, it's gonna be a fucking good pizza.
There
I
you
ain't
go.
gonna spend 3 hours making no damn pizza. I'm gonna be like Little Caesars. Here I come. $6. There you go, man. You want a tip? Here's $2. All right.
You know what? And they're both good. Like they both hit the spot.
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
Yes, they do.
We've done many podcasts with Little Caesars. That would be a great sponsor.
Shoot,
Couldn't sing your
they would
praises high
hear
enough.
us. They would hear us one time. Oh, did he say coochie? Yes, I did. I sure
Coming
did.
soon. Big Daddy's Coochie Pizza.
We love coochie.
It's gonna be folded in half.
Enter
too.
this promo code COOCH and get your free cooch pizza.
Yeah, the image is gonna be the pizza just folded up like this.
You damn right. We had that son of a bitch just fold up like that. Yeah.
What's different about it? Nothing. We just fold the pizza.
You've never had a calzone this erotic before. We guarantee it. Have like a little black olive clit on there.
Oh, you know what? The Coochie Pizza is gonna make it into Ghost Pizza. I'm actually working on that script right now. After I wrote the
Nice.
Deja Vu script, I've actually went back in and started working on Ghost Pizza, and I'm working on some things, and that actually touched on some marks. I was like, oh, that would be funny. Because the owner's like a stickler for specials, love specials, and Coochie Pizza is gonna be one of them.
You heard it here first.
That's right. Coochie pizza, folks. Coochie pizza.
Coming soon to Ghost Pizza, written by K&B the Sexy Ninja. Yeah,
With red sauce.
oh God.
Brought to you in part by viewers like you.
Now the image is in my head. I'm just seeing.
You need like an Alfredo dipping sauce to drip down it.
Or some of that garlic sauce like they do with the Papa John's. Oh yeah. Oh
That
yeah.
garlic sauce is good. It's when they give you the peppercini too. Just dip it in and take a bite of the peppercini. Bite the Coochie Pizza. It's like,
Like they used to do in the old country.
slap some butter on it.
Get her done.
Get her done. Put a little bit of garlic on there. We got a whole party. I tell you what. Woo-hoo.
Mamma mia.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
You got like a
we,
butter.
Yeah.
we were making fun of you earlier
Oh, good.
because me and Steven got these. We got the. Hold on, where's that?
I was like, I can't even see that. You got Big Daddy Goes Deep. Wait.
You know what? Let me turn this damn background off. Because my background is actually giving me a damn headache.
I like how it was the setup though. He was like this. We were talking shit about you. We have these, and I'm like, I don't see what you're talking about.
Sure, we're boy.
It's
All
like
right.
the threat is diminishing here.
Yeah, I know. And I'm just like, oh, I feel less insulted now.
All right. Let's see where we at.
I think you should put it up now.
Skip. No, set it up again. Set it up again.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's start over.
See that microphone? Steven got one similar. We're like, yeah, I was like, yeah, he had to get the big ass mixer and everything, and look what I
Put a
got.
couple bucks on it.
I don't know why. To me, it was just funny because we were just like, oh yeah, we got something simple, and here you got this big ass box.
Oh, I love that thing though. The
I
fact that we
know
can do,
that thing is sweet though.
dude, like, and what's so funny is I got my task cam here is what I got this all set up to, and I want to upgrade to an a USB mic, but now that I've mastered these two things, it's just like, well, I don't need to go out of my way and go buy a USB mic, like that, because now I got great headphones. Now I got like two awesome systems, and plus two with the big box, with my big mixer.
Yeah,
So awesome for music.
I bet.
Oh, dude, I was just telling him about that. I was running my PC sound through my mixer because it has a preamp in it, so you can turn your volume up super loud. You can change the EQ on it. Like, fuck, man, everyone needs a fucking mixer.
Yeah. So, but one day I would love an actual studio. You know what I mean? Big board with a bunch of buttons you don't know and turn knobs you don't even know what to do with. I'll build that son of a bitch and be like, someone comes in and be like, do you know what all these buttons do? I was like, no. I see a lot of people
But
in
I can
videos turn them.
I can learn.
I know it feels good when I do it, but I have no idea what happens.
Is your vocals changing? Or no? I don't even know what this does.
Just keep singing. It sounds good. I got you.
Wait, this one turns off the lights. Wait, what?
What does this one do? Ooh, you hear like a whole bunch of big old reverb stuff.
Yeah, but no, and and I used Flix's USB mic. That thing was really nice. But my setup was like my setup. I'm like looking at this setup right now. This is all the Goodwill stuff. This is the Goodwill mic stand, the Goodwill mic itself. I got the Goodwill, not Goodwill, Bookman's cords, and the task cam I got from Bookman's. The mat I'm sitting on from Bookman's. Bookman's has been very good to us, building all this stuff.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
And what's so funny is like it's so crazy now when you really think about it. It's like going into this digital age. How I remember back in the day when I was making music, I had to find somebody who had a studio, and I had to make sure that because I want to rap, and I had to find somebody. And when I found somebody, and now when I fast forward to now, I'm like, bitch, I could just do it all myself.
Do it all myself. And Steve, you making me hungry. Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna go grab something real quick. You just hold on.
Okay. Yeah, but
I wonder what he's gonna come back with.
Oh, last week he was eating noodles. Remember?
He was.
I at least try to finish my noodles before we even started. I was just like, I'm hungry and I don't want to be on this.
Not a terribly discreet food item.
No, it's not terribly discreet. It's like I've seen people take stuff like that into movies. Like big things, like just random things. I'm like, popcorn is the best movie snack because it just melts in your mouth. You eat it with the butter and it's not loud, unlike nachos. Even though I love nachos, you hear that, or you hear some, like popcorn. Just
that's like one of the few drawbacks at places like the Draft House or like the AMC dine-in theaters. Like when motherfuckers start chowing down, or they're scraping like forks against a plate as they're eating. I went to see The Dead Don't Die when that came out like 2 years ago or whatever. This dude was eating, trying to like, not even discreetly, he was just eating the remnants of this salad out of the bowl. He goes,
oh Jesus,
that's
in
me.
the middle of this movie.
That is
It's
me.
like, you fucking prick.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
I'm actively praying for your inevitable death right now. Like
I treat
you're
the
a
movie
fucking
theater
asshole.
like a fucking church, man.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I remember, like, that's why, like, when you keep telling me you want us to come to the Draft House, I think I would have a terrible time. Even though we're drinking and stuff like that, and sitting there having a good time, I think I would have a terrible time because I'm just so picky about the movies, and about being in a theater.
Agree.
I have a system. Like, I'm there 30 minutes early, even though now I don't have to be. Why? Because it's assigned seating. I'm there 30 minutes early. I make sure I have my bathroom break before I go. I make sure I get my popcorn, and there's a certain way that I do my popcorn. I get my red vines and I get my cherry Coke, less ice. and then I go sit down, and then like after that, I'm in that seat, baby. You cannot move me, like you know.
Mhm. We pretty much have the exact same thing. Cause I'm like, cherry Coke. Those cherry Coke is a shit. Give me some extra butter flavoring on that
You know,
popcorn,
so
and red vines
Here,
are
Steve, let me-
significantly
let me-
better than
I
Twizzlers.
only have cherry Coke when I go to the movie theater. I only have cherry Coke when I go to
let
the
me
movie
tell you a story. One time I kind of messed it up for K&B.
Okay.
We went. I forgot what movie premiere it was. This
Rogue
fool
One.
always had to. He always had to get the damn middle seat, the bottom row middle seat. I snagged it first on purpose. Do you know he hung his goddamn lip because he had to sit one seat over. He
Drove
I'm
me
like, what's wrong with you?
fucking
Did not talk to
bananas.
you for like a
I'm
week.
good. And I was like, you know what? Switch me seats. Switch me seats. And then we switched that seat.
I was all happy. I was
He was
happy
all
as can
happy.
be.
I'm like, you fucking bitch. You, you were sitting here pouting your damn lip the whole time because I took the middle seat.
I have this real.
God.
Everyone asks why I'm in therapy now. You know, they're like, "What's these troubling angles?" I'm like, "Well, you know, I gotta have a middle seat when I go to the theater." And what's nice now, though, is like we have, you know, when we actually went to the movies, you know, it's assigned seating. You can get the seat. You can actually look at it. But back in the day, man, I was looking at that projector window, and I'm like, nope, right here, baby. This is where I'm sitting. This is my seat. Yeah. I cried like a bitch because I was like, literally, this was the lip.
And I got tired of looking at it. I really got tired of looking at it. I'm like, switch me seats. God damn it, switch me seats.
He's seen me cry in the movies, and he's like, bitch, why you cried? You know, we told that story plenty of times. But yeah.
On that note, I actually have to get going to my movie.
Oh, you got to roll out?
I got to roll, but
movie you
hope you gentlemen have a fantastic rest of your podcast. I'll be listening this weekend.
What are you watching?
Saint Maud, the A24 horror movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay, before you go, you never told me what you thought of Fat Man.
Oh, I liked it. I could see that becoming a holiday regular. I like the subversive, like, I guess I'm not like terribly a spoiler, but it's like there's kind of this like suspension of disbelief with him being Santa, because you're like, is this really him being like Santa, or like what's going on here? Because there's nothing like really like magical going on. And then it's like as the movie keeps going and going, you're like, oh, okay. So I like that slow kind of like getting you into it, like kind of getting wrapped in the universe. And I thought it was well acted. I thought the kid was a real shithead. Walton Goggins did great. I liked his wife. She was adorable. Yeah, overall, I mean, I would probably give it like a real watchable 7. If I had to give it a rating.
Yeah, and with that, we did interview the Nelms Bros, so you can go check that out. Just out there right now, you know. just little plug, right?
I'll go ahead and put it in the description box below.
There you go.
There, you know, if you want to hear that interview,
Actually, what you should do is you should edit this and put that whole interview in right now, and then when it's over, you can come back.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that.
One long ass podcast.
Well, we had that 3-hour one.
Yep.
We had that 3-hour one last week. I texted him.
Put that one in after. Put that one in the middle of this podcast.
I text Steven. I was like, hey, by the way, this next podcast is over 3 hours and 5 minutes. He's like, oh, that might take a couple sits.
Yeah, it did. Took me at least 3 to get like through like half of it.
Nice.
All right, Jim.
Get your movie.
Great talking to you.
You too, bro. You have a good time. Enjoy your movie.
Will do. I'll let you know how it is, and let's chat again soon.
Sounds good.
All right.
Peace.
Deuces. Now it's just us. Here we are.
Now it's just us.
It's the final countdown. Thank you for that.
Sorry. I'm still laughing about, just the whole thing about the GameStop thing. And, it's funny as hell to me because Wall Street, They showed today that Wall Street has been fucking us for years, and it took our people to say no. This is what we want to put our stock into. This is what's happening, and it got so bad that the mobile apps, Stash, Robinhood, all these others stopped trading on different ones like GameStop and all those, and GameStop, AMC. It was like AMC, but that's a movie theater chain. Yeah, exactly. We want to invest in these movie theater chains so they can stick around. AMC stock went through the damn roof. GameStop stock went through the roof. Well, from what I seen a little while ago, Barnes Noble's next. I'm like, oh shit, I might have to jump on it.
Yeah, a friend of mine messaged me about that because he messaged. He was like, "Hey, does well." He went into this big elaborate thing, and I kind of got most of it, and I was kind of like, "Oh." And he was like, "Yeah," and I only earned like $40 out of it. He goes, "I should have invested more." Now people are becoming millionaires out of nowhere, just because of what happened.
Mm-hmm. Give it a few more days. Oil is down, but gas prices around the country are going up. Well, here in Arizona they are, and of course some dumbass people keep saying, "Yeah, congratulations, Biden voters. No gasoline
I saw
going
that
up to the roof." And I was like, that's not any Biden supporter fault. That's corporation. Federal doesn't mandate what the price is. It's the goddamn corporation who mandates the prices. Get your lies straight. My cousin did that. He was talking all that bullshit.
Get your redneck lies straight, man. Just
I
like,
know.
I see that stupid shit all the time. And that's why I brought it up earlier. I was just like, oh, Mr. Expert now, huh? Mr. Working down the Circle K, you know all about it, don't you?
The background target. Oh yeah, you're a pathologist all of a sudden, huh? You know all this shit, huh? You test tube, baby.
Oh man, I'm at a coffee shop and I didn't know any of this. Man, thank you. At the end of that, I'm like, go fuck yourself. Both sides, motherfucker.
Baby's kids, man. That's all it is. Baby's kids.
And like, yeah, but before we roll out of here, I appreciate you bringing on Steven, surprising me with Steven. That was awesome. Thank you for that. Like,
no problem. We've been talking on a couple other things about how to expand the podcast and stuff like that. Just trying different things. I'm like, okay, we're shit. We're gonna give it a roll, see what happens. Just at least try it at least. And I'll fill you in. But it was good. It was good talking to him. We were talking about just getting everyone up on here at one time. That way, Selena and everyone else get everyone up on here. Just talk.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute to be with the whole crew. And I was talking to somebody today about the podcast, and I was just like, man, I want to go back to doing shows in front of a live audience. But I think this time around we'll have a better grasp on how to do the show and how to actually book the show instead of having random acts before us that have nothing to do with our caliber of comedy or nerdism. It was like, oh yeah, you do this, okay, yeah, you're gonna start the show, and then it's nothing. Like, it takes no offense to the acts that performed at our shows, they are super talented, super awesome,
love them all,
but the acts at our shows, they weren't portraying what the show was going to be in the main event for us, if that makes sense. Because when you book a show, you book like a concert, you want that concert to have that vibe, the whole time. You book acts and whatnot, you're building to the finale and whatnot. It's just like wrestling or anything, you're just building to that finale. And I just felt like a lot of things that we did clashed and vibes were killed. It wasn't their fault at all. No, it was just the environment,
Right. It was the environment. Some of the venues that we went out of really didn't believe in us. They were just like, oh, well, yeah, we'll give you your 5 minutes to shine. And the first one, I'm glad the first one, I loved it. We killed it. I really think I really think Fire Creek really didn't expect us to do what we did, but I guarantee they loved them damn alcohol sales.
Yeah, they loved. We got paid.
We did.
or they were like, "Oh, where do you want the door person?" We're like, "Door person." And they're like, "Yeah, when people come back here," and a lot of people were coming out, and this and that, and they're like, "All right, here's your cut of the door," and I'm like, we just got paid," you know.
Yeah, that really surprised me too.
And the next spot, the next spot was cool. It was but I just feel like next time I feel like we need more of that Fire Creek vibe plus like a comedy club, more intimate,
Absolutely.
more intimate vibes with everybody, and more of like a personal connection. And because when you're trying to talk to everybody that's eating at a restaurant, they have their own conversations going on. They have their own things they're talking to each other about, and we're over the loudspeaker like, "Oh, bitch, fuck, blah, blah, blah."
Exactly. Oh, fuck this shit, man.
Yeah, we make our own rules. We're gonna say fuck a lot. Welcome everybody. And the guy's like, "I'm just trying to eat my steak. I'm just trying to eat my goddamn steak."
I remember. Oh, that clown. Yeah, I'm just trying to eat my goddamn steak. Well, eat your goddamn steak. If you don't want it, give it here. I'm hungry. Punk ass. Shit. Go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I just looking at a lot of these Netflix shows. Dave Chappelle is the first one who did it. And that's why I keep looking at his show, the one that he did outside. Man, wait till summer rolls around. We don't need any of these other venues. We just, hey, we want to rent this spot right here. We got some tents. We will social distance because we will still be wearing these damn masks. Unfortunately, I just had this feeling we still gonna be wearing the damn mask in summertime. Do it outside venue. Cut off the middleman and.
Well, I'll fill you in afterwards. Someone has reached out to us today, which I was going to talk to you later on about. So
stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
As it returns with cookies. With gluten-free cookies. Matter of fact, that's why I'm eating these damn things like there's no tomorrow, because these ain't gonna blow me up.
You can call me tomorrow and be like, "It blew me up."
Blew off the other hand.
About the while you're eating too.
I know, honey. I gotta put the damn cookie down now. Shit.
But before we roll out, thank you again. Thank you to everybody out there that's listening. Thank you to everybody. And if you're new to the Social Vent podcast, dropping every Saturday, it's me and Big Daddy. We've been doing this for about 3 years now, and we've been killing. We're growing. Like, if you want to go back to one of the first shows we've ever
you'll see the evolution.
Yeah, like we didn't even have a music intro. We didn't have, and there was no. We just were like just talking to the microphone. So if you're down for just listening to conversation with some homies, talking a lot of shit, talking fun, talking nerd stuff and whatnot, that's what we do. We also had some awesome. We did it last year. We got an awesome Halloween special full of guests, full of music. We got an awesome Christmas special.
Yep.
Full of guests and music as well. We got a lot of reviews on the YouTube channel. And if you've noticed that, and if you look at the evolution of that Juggalo vlog, like it went from like me being in the car and now in front of a green screen talking about stuff, still doing the same thing, still keeping the vibe going, but it's refreshing. It's new. It's not just me sitting in a car no more. A lot of people say, "I like the car," but I was like, yeah, but there's a certain point when you need to invest in yourself
and
evolve and make yourself start looking better on camera, start making yourself understand how to do these things. And then people will finally take you serious. Because if I sat in that car the whole time, they're like, "Oh, it's just some big fat dude screaming into a camera." But it's called evolution, and you have to evolve to survive.
Got to. That's the name of this. That's the name of this game. I mean, if you don't plan on doing video like we're doing, then you being on your phone, that's fine. But if you're gonna do what we want to start doing, yeah, you gotta spend a little money, invest in yourself. You got to do it. Trust me, it's all worth it.
I was all about the audio and editing the audio, and Big Daddy put his foot down and was like, "We're doing video." And I gotta say, I've been having fun. I like editing this stuff and putting this stuff on and stuff like that, and this and that, and the podcast we did with what I did with Beastmaster. I was just like, oh wow, you seeing somebody talk, also listening is very different from just listening to someone's voice. You're seeing somebody interact, or you're seeing somebody react to something, and it's just pretty cool. And I've been reading, not reading, I've been listening. I'm almost finished. I got like 10 minutes left of the Matthew McConaughey book, Green Lights.
Nice.
And it's like an autobiography, but it's also like a self-motivational book.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's so dope about it. And like, I'm learning a lot of things. I'm getting that McConaughey vibe, I'm trying to reach out there in my soul.
Because he's real about his shit. And he's been through it and back, and he still keeps himself humble as hell. That book, man, over at my job, we can't keep it on the shelf fast enough.
Yeah, and I
really
came across it through Audible, and was like one of the suggestions, because I had the 50 Cent audiobook. I keep seeing read. I read. No, I had the 50 Cent audiobook, the Tom Brady audiobook, Kevin Hart, which I really, really enjoyed. A lot of motivational stuff. The next one I'm looking at is President Obama's book, his newest one.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm looking at. And let's see, what else is there? There's so much in my, like, if you looked at my Audible playlist, you'd be like, man,
Well, the cool thing about the President Obama one, he does, there's someone who talks about the book, but then halfway he takes over.
Oh no, they don't know that, but it's all queued up after Matthew McConaughey. Yeah,
Matthew McConaughey. Get her done. Not get her done. What do you say?
Well, I was like, that is not Matthew McConaughey. No, it's
what does he say?
All right. I almost blanked there, and I'm like, man, he's been in my ear like all day.
He speaks better Spanish than me. That boy can speak rapid fire ass Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Pendejo. I mean, Mr. McConaughey.
You gotta check out the book if you have not. If you're gonna read it, or if you're gonna do audiobook, the audiobook is fun.
Audiobook.
It's Matthew McConaughey doing it, and he has his little ways. He likes to talk, and he's so interactive in his voice, and he has a little bit of a like a lisp, but it's very subtle. But it's Matthew McConaughey,
Yeah.
So I highly recommend Green Lights, and it's definitely some good motivational in the way to think of things and whatnot. So highly recommended. I would say check out Green Lights, Matthew McConaughey. Baby.
Do it, baby. That's right.
I gotta get rolling. It's almost bedtime for you know who. I don't know where she's at.
I want to say she jumps in the screen about 5 times already.
Yeah, like the other day I was doing a podcast, I wasn't doing a podcast. I was doing like a practice video.
Yeah.
With the green screen behind me, and all of a sudden I just like, she has a little shark fin, and I just saw it like dun 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 dun, daddy. All right, y'all.
Nice.
Well, I love every single one of y'all. Like and subscribe. Share it your grandma, share it your grandpa, share with the bum down at Walmart, and let them know that the Social Vent podcast is every Saturday. And I am K and B, the sexy.
That's what.
And
this Big Daddy coming at you. Like I said earlier, folks, we are evolving. We got this. Boom.
That's it. That's
exactly.
All. We'll have Steven on again.
Soon we're gonna have the whole damn crew on again. That's no way of fans of butts.
Well, let's make that a goal to try the next couple weeks.
Cool.
Get the whole tribe back.
That sounds good.
How would everybody like that? Drop that in the comments. Who wants to see everybody? Diversity.
Minority.
Flicks. Jimbo. Steven. Hell. We'll even invite the bum from Walmart to jump on.
Oh, like just like corn pop.
Yeah, corn pop. Good old corn pop.
Corn pop. That's right.
All right, y'all. And as always, when in doubt,
fuck your couch.